Happy Mini Zine March, y'all! Silver Nix from Sea Green Zines has branded March as the month for making, sharing, reading, reviewing, and otherwise celebrating mini zines, and I love that. I love a good celebration, and as you probably guessed, based on the content of this video, I love zines. If you're new here, welcome. This is a channel dedicated to sharing, celebrating, and reviewing zines. So obviously Mini Zine March is right up my alley. Mini zines are one of my favorite zine formats. They require less paper and supplies than a larger half or quarter size zine, which makes them a more accessible way to share your thoughts or art with the world. So what better way to celebrate these tiny tomes than by sharing some of my favorite titles with y'all? Today I have 5 amazing titles to share, highlighting 2 different mini zine formats. So sit back, relax, and let's dive into the zines. Most mini zines are made using a single sheet of 8.5 by 11 copy paper, folded and cut to create a 6-page zine. If you've been watching my videos for a while now, you'll know that I am often drawn to this format. For instance, I made this mini, Riding Roller Coasters with Vincent Price, as part of an episode of Roll for Zine. Mini zines like this are such a terrific way to pack a lot of content into a small package. All you need is paper and scissors, and you can make a mini. And you can even use both sides of the page to hide a neat surprise poster inside the zine that can only be seen when it's unfolded. If you want a more in-depth tutorial on how to fold a mini zine like this one, I've got you covered. Just click on the link in the description box of this video. And while you're at it, why not subscribe and give the video a like? That really helps get this video out into the greater YouTube ecosystem. Now, onto the zine reviews. Let's start with a mini by the zinester who introduced me to Mini Zine March. Presenting Witch's Brew number 9, Which Witch Are You? By Dayna of Echo Publishing. Witch's Brew is Nina's amazing series of witchy zines, and issue 9 is an interactive game. Dayna takes the nicknames of pop icons the Spice Girls, Baby, Swarty, Scary, Ginger, and Posh, and she turns them into witchy archetypes. The zine features a quiz you can use to determine which witch are you. It turns out I'm posh, which means that my home is my sacred space and that I'm into glamour magic. I love Nina's illustrations of each spicy witch gal and the bright, colorful collage style. This zine reminds me of those teen magazines I used to read growing up that were full of fun, interactive quizzes, and I just could not love it more. I picked up our next zine, Volume 1 of Life Stories of Random Cats by Jaylon Good, at last year's Casey Zine Con, my local zine fest. It packs a punch with 3 elegant vignettes about the aforementioned random cats. There's Sunlit Gus, the wise and relaxed Ernesto, and the mysterious green-eyed one. Accompanied by shaky sketches of each cat, this zine is a tiny slice of feline poetry. I hope that I can pick up another volume of this mini at this year's KCZC. I'm on the organizing committee, and we are announcing the dates of this year's festival on Tuesday. Fingers crossed that Jaylon will be there because I want more life stories of random cats in my zine library. And last, but certainly not least, is Daydreams by Cydney Cherepak. This mini was another Casey ZineCon purchase. It's printed with soft Rizo inks of pale red and bottle blue, and it captures the feeling of daydreaming. Time spent staring out a window, lost in thought, or finding yourself caught in cyberspace by the distractions of the internet. This little zine is a welcome interruption from the doldrums of the workday. Mini zines aren't just limited to a one-page cut-and-fold format. They can also be staple-bound like so many larger zines. For my Witchy Zinester's pocketbook of spells, I deployed this tactic, printing the entire zine, sans the cover, on both sides of one sheet of 8.5 by 11 printer paper. After cutting the page into fourths, I fold each miniature signature, stack them, and staple them to make this tiny 16-page zine. Some of my favorite minis take this form. For instance, Goth Gang is a 3-part series of staple-bound mini zines published by Eternia Press. The series recounts the author's youth spent growing up as a suburban goth in the 1980s. The first zine starts, "In 9th grade, all my friends went goth. We were beach kids and we were suburban 80s basketball kids, but the cure hit us hard. Then Joy Division hit us hard, and Lost Boys hit us hard with a little guilt, and First Realizations of Mortality hit us uncomfortably hard, and Morsi hit us supremely righteously hard. Topics include failing Satan, mall goth stores, Cure hair, depression, divorce, and notebook doodles of the logo from The Cure's Mixed Up album. It's a zine that's about goth as a feeling, as much as it is a fashion statement or music genre, capturing the alienation and that aching longing that comes with being a suburban youth struggling to fit in. And finally, here is Gatherer, a super helpful pocket foraging guide by Isabella Rotman of This Might Hurt. Through simple but gorgeous line drawings, Isabella walks us through some of the common plants of the eastern and Midwest US. This zine does a great job of explaining what parts of each plant are edible, what to look for, and toxic lookalikes to watch out for. The mini-zine format works perfectly here because it makes the guide easy to carry in a pocket or a pouch. These mini-zines have a cherished spot in my zine library. While small, each zine packs such a punch, and they all find ways to use this short, tiny format to their advantage. Have you ever made a mini-zine? There is still ample time in March to take a piece of paper and doodle, write, cut, and fold it into your own tiny tome. If you do make mini-zines, or challenge yourself to make your first mini this month, let me hear about it in the comments. I would love to read it. I'd love to do a trade and trade my own minis with y'all. Yeah, let me know in the comments if you make minis. Let's trade some zines. And that's it for today. I hope you have a wonderful March. Keep reading zines and yeah, have a great day. Bye.